Thank you. Thanks, Ken. Okay, I just want to make an announcement that Celebration of Life will be this Sunday, the 24th, for Floyd Smith. It's going to be held at the Winty Cresta Blanca Event Center. It's going to be from 1 to 4, and that's this Sunday, the 24th. So, just putting that out there for whoever wants to attend. Also, our thought for the day was Christian. He wound up coming in late. So Christian, how about standing up and answering to that?
Empty your wallet.
Nobody reminded me anyway. Maybe Laura is on vacation or something.
I took over for you, Christian. You're fine.
I'm fine or I'm fine?
Oh,
How fine!
we want to know how fine you are.
I had to deal with me.
Okay, well, I totally apologize. I'm going to do $100 to the music scholarship.
All right. All right, with that, we'll just get right into this. I'm trying to go paperless here, and I've got both to try it out, see if it works. It's a little scary to just go off of one. Anyways, where we started. Unfortunately, or fortunately for some of you, and unfortunately for some of you, you started with me.
Yay!
Yay!
I was waiting for that. Anyways, so we started with about right around $36,000 that we had in our funds. And that's at go. So from that, we had the issue with the state of the hotel. You all know the problem with that. I recently visited there. As a matter of fact, I was there just before I got here. Looks like a lot's going on, but I can't get an honest answer of when they'll open. I spoke to the gal, and she just answered me kind of frustrated. I need to talk to get a hold of the manager, which is very hard to get a hold of. She's kind of the floor manager now, and she said, I don't know, it could be next month, April, May, June, I don't know. So I don't know yet. I'm going to try and get an answer to that. Unfortunately for us, when we started this venture outside of the hotel, you all know that they were guaranteed to pay what they said. They were guaranteed to pay the overages. It was costing us about $5 a person over what we were paying for lunch. And they were telling us that they were putting a claim in and they would get us the money back. And they actually kind of organized our first meetings that were outside of their hotel. Well, those went on and on. What was supposed to be handled and put together and back at the hotel at the end of August, wound up to September, then they said October, then they said November, they said by the end of the year, they said by beginning of January, and here we are in January, and we're still not there. So before the year was up, we renegotiated. I spoke with Dave's, who does our food here, and we had to get the cost down because it was draining our account. We hadn't received any funds. They stated that they spent the funds building the hotel, that they would pay us back by giving us credit as we went back to the hotel on our lunches till they paid off our debt to us. I can't depend on that. I hope it happens. They're saying it'll happen, but we had to make a move, and so we started renegotiating, and I went to Dave's and I told them that we had a maximum of $20 per person with tax included to run a meeting. Tell me what you can do for that, because I cannot spend any more money than that, because we can't keep going backwards. He agreed, and he brought down the pricing, and that's what you're having today. So that helps. So moving on from that, we start the year off, and you're well aware that when we start the year, we don't have any major fundraiser until January. Yet we start the year off giving out money. When I say start the year, this is as of July 1st. That's our first of the year, and we're giving money away. There's a lot of things that happen in the beginning of the year. We have Ryler, we have a ton of things. We have mini grants, all these things. So that account starts to dwindle down really fast. Lucky for us, some very great people were putting together a fundraiser, which was our fun run. And it's kind of, you're stepping out into the dark with it because you didn't really know how to do one. So what we were told was keep it kind of small and learn how to do this. And then next year it will be real successful if it's fun. Although we didn't come out of it, and we made some pretty good money. We came up with, I believe, what was the number, Millie? Like total of
We netted $4,400.
yeah, it netted $4,400. So hats off to these guys. That was, we were first told that if you break even, that's a great thing. Some of these fun runs, as they progress, I mean, they make big money. And so next year, I can see us tripling that maybe with what we've been told. And the feedback I got from all the participants was that it was excellent, that they had fun. And now we want to move it to the more serious group and expand it to a 10K, 5K, 10K, which would be a pretty awesome thing. And that's what we'll be working on next year. So aside from that, still we're giving out funds throughout the year, and we're trying to make it to our big fundraiser, which is coming up soon. So things we've accomplished, we've had first and second quarter mini grants. We've had monthly outstanding students of the month. We funded money to the READY program, and that's off and running. They just did they just had an event where they took the kids around, like a field trip. A few weeks ago, you heard about that? Or when was it, last weekend or a couple weekends ago?
We took them to jail.
Yeah, took them all to jail. Show them what's going to happen if they don't pay attention to go to school. Anyways, we've got the dictionary project. That's something that we've been working on. And Carol, you want to say something about that?
Yes. Actually, I can stand right here.
You sure can.
All right. I just want to read a couple short letters. Dear Rotary.
Dear Rotary Club, thank you so much for the dictionaries. They are really helpful for me, and I'm really glad you brought all my classmates dictionaries also. The dictionaries make me really smart, which makes my head hurt a lot. Your friend, Brennan. The other one, very short. Thank you so much for the dictionaries. Two things I'm going to do with it is use it for homework. 2, look up words I don't understand. I really appreciate your kindness. It fills my heart just thinking about you giving every third grader a dictionary. I am so thankful. Your friend, Lauren. I'm going to put on each table the remaining schedule. We have 5 schools to go. And a couple of them, we could really use some extra people. Rancho and Smith. And then we're done. And that is February the 12th. It's been a great time. So if you haven't been out and experienced this, sign up and come out. Thank you.
Go ahead, teacher.
So this morning we gave them out at sunset, and this one little girl said, I'm gonna take this book home and I'm gonna read every page.
That's gonna take a while.
We'll win the spelling bee next year.
For those of you that have never been out handing these dictionaries out, I've been doing it now for quite a few years. It is so awesome, I wouldn't miss it. I always at least hit one school, and just to see their faces, and I remember as a kid getting a book myself, you know, it wasn't a dictionary, but it was always something special to have that's your own. So if you haven't done it, sign up next year. I don't know if you still are needing any help, Carol, for the rest of the schools. Yeah, Rachel.
Yeah, I would say Rancho and Smith could use the people the most.
Okay,
And the last school is Junction on the 12th.
all right, thank you. Okay, so when we started out, when we were ending the year last year in Millie's term, we had been talking about getting a club financial audit. It had never been done. There was a lot of confusion as to what was what, where the money was going, what was promised, things like that. So we put some people together. We hired a gentleman by the name of Henry Huff who does this kind of work. And he sat down with us and went through everything with all the input and help of everybody that was involved. We were able to go through this audit and then set up a program of how to go throughout a year. What's the expectation of the money coming in? Computers are amazing things. You can set up these things and anticipate what's going on, and you can forecast out quite a bit. So we were able to do that, and I know Irv worked his butt off to get all this done. We probably owe him about $50,000 for the work that he's done on it. I'm amazed he didn't quit. You know, like, forget this. It was a lot of work. I don't want to give him any ideas, but I just want people to realize how much time and effort that he really put into this. But it set a perspective. My whole goal is by the end of my term, the next president takes on Don. He'll clearly know what to expect throughout the year, so you're working not kind of blindly and getting things hit at you as you start your year. But he'll have a clear understanding of what's going to happen throughout his term, and with the forecast of all the money coming in and what's going to go out and where he should end. And I think it was important to do this, and I'm glad that we did it. Again,
Me too, Jim.
yeah, me too, especially Don. He keeps telling me, make sure you got this handled by the time I get it. Anyway, so we did a first annual Spirit Run. That was a success. We've had a couple of music scholarship benefit concerts. Those are always important. They kind of fund the music scholarships, which is listed as the next thing, which we gave away $2,500 or something like that to some very deserving musicians, students, which is something to be proud of. We did the first and second quarter reading grants again, monthly outstanding students, Red Program Dictionary, and RILA. We funded RILA, a bunch of students. We spent like $4,000, I think, on that.
No, 4 kids.
Oh, 4 kids. How much was it?
1,700.
$1,700? Anyways, and that's also important. And I believe they changed it up this year. RILA was usually held at a different time throughout the year, and they kind of pushed it up. So we fund all these things right at the beginning. Here we go. First and second quarter mini grants were $6,500. Anyways, moving right along, we did the Christmas family adoption. We have very generous people in this club, and through passing the hat, we were able to come up with about $1,400, which went into that program and made some some kids very happy and families very happy, which was awesome. We've been working, and I know there's some people in here, Millie, she's been working on some changes to our foundation. You want to talk about that, Millie, what we were able to
Can I
accomplish?
go there?
Yeah, sure.
So, just come up here so I can lay my paperwork down. Wait, give me that one. Actually, those newsletters are crazy. So, as JR mentioned, I'm on the Rotarian Foundation of Livermore board, or was on the board, and I'm looking at, we looked at developing a process called a designated fund policy, which would allow us as members to develop funds that could be used for charitable giving. So what we did is our club came through working with Pat Coyle and myself and Lori Susan and some other board members on policy to develop a fund that allows us to give to the music scholarship and to the Ready program as a charitable giving. So Christian, congratulations, you'll be the first one to get a charitable tax deduction for your music scholarship. So we're going to have more information on this as the weeks progress. Pat's developed a slideshow that we'll actually spend about 10 minutes going through the process on how it works. But I just wanted to give you kind of a heads up that if you wanted to make a charitable contribution to the Rotarian Foundation of Livermore, what you would do is you put it on your check to the Rotarian Foundation of Livermore, and in the memo section you put the fund that you wanted to give it to. And the fund would either be Ready, which is Pat and Kathy Coyle established a fund to honor their son's PhD accomplishment, and then the music scholarship, which has been near and dear to our hearts in this club forever. So now you'll be able to get a write-off because, you know, if you can give, you might as well give good and get the benefit of giving. And but as I said, we'll have more information, and so that's it on the fund policies.
Are those
And,
the only two?
those are the only two. We had a general, the dictionaries is not underneath it, it's an actual item of the Rotarian Foundation of Livermore already. It's a line item in their budget. We had a general fund policy proposal that would allow us to do events such as a fun run and get our sponsors to be able to have a charitable deduction, but the board voted that down or would not take it at this time. So that's something they can work on. And but we also have a membership in the District 5170 Foundation, which is our district, has its own foundation, where we are using that to offset donations by sponsorships of events such as our fun run. That's what we're going to be running the funds through there that way. So that's it on the designated fund. I just have one other bit of news that I just wanted to share with you. As past president, I'm chair of the We Care Committee. And I want to let you know that Dick Quigley, who's a member of the Morning Club, his wife passed away unexpectedly last week. So if you could keep Dick in your thoughts and prayers, that would be, he'd really appreciate that. So just want to let you know.
Again, we have some really wonderful, dedicated people in this club, and that was a lot of work and effort to get that taken care of. So hats off to those who were involved. Okay, so upcoming events, we have our famous crab feed, which is pretty awesome.
Sold out.
It's sold out, by the way. There's no, I mean, you're gonna have to arm wrestle somebody to get in their seat because there are no seats available if you didn't already reserve one. We have an announcement from them.
Yes, we do. The 29th is coming up very quickly, and that's our crab feed. We're going to need to have help in taking the crab feed program down afterwards, as well as doing some setup. I'm going to be at the location, so we'll be able to get things started about 3:30 in the afternoon. And I'm going to be passing this list around with a pen. Right now, we only have 4 people who have volunteered to help out. And we need as many helpers as we can get. Because this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for us to raise funds and enjoy some good crab. So I'll go ahead and get things started right over here on this corner. And please have your name and phone number put down, or if you don't want a phone number, your email. Thank you.
So Debbie, how many tickets do we have left?
0.
That's right. So we're sold out again.
Hey Ken, how much crab are we buying?
A lot.
All of it.
Yeah, so I talked to our crab supplier last week, and they brought 50,000 pounds of crab into the Sacramento market last week. Evidently, Oregon opened up, and these crab have been able to spend extra time in the water. They're fat crabs. They're full of meat. There's tons of meat in the shells. It sounds like the crab's going to be awesome. No problem, there as far as having something to eat at a crab feed. We're going to be set for that. Again, Mike, thank you very much. A couple more slots, a couple more people to give us a hand on a few things would really help us out. I've had a couple of people ask about donation items, and the folks at the inner wheel are frantically packaging all this stuff up right now as we speak. If you still have something that you'd like to contribute, thank you very much. If you can, Diana Geyer at Livermore Trophies and Teas is gathering all of this stuff up. The best thing you could do is if you could swing by there, let her know if there's something that you'd still like to contribute or going to contribute. So for some of the silent auction kind of things, she wants to be able to have a description. What is this, in case it's not immediately obvious to people. So they are frantically working on that. Again, if you can get those over there as soon as possible, that'd be great. And I think that's it. And I think question, yeah, Mike.
There was one thing that you asked me to bring up. I did not, by mistake, and that is we do need to have some help there in the back room.
The kitchen. Yeah, Paul Banky said that if more people to give him a hand in the kitchen would be helpful. But I think that's it. I think we got the bar staffed up. I think set up. You're in pretty good shape, Sheila.
Please, those of you that signed up to help, you're wonderful. Every year you help me set. Every year you help me set those tables, and I so applaud you because you guys are great. And then I think I have my volunteers to help me in VIP. If anybody would like to help me kind of decorate the VIP, please come early. The more the merrier. We get through it quicker when we have, mini hands made for light work. Yes. Yeah. So those of you that have volunteered already, thank you. Anyone that wants to come, I would love to have you.
Christian's volunteering.
Last time we were able to donate money, and I think there's a team that got together the baskets. Can we still donate money, then have them get to buy the things and all the goodies in a basket? Can you do that?
We take money. Yeah, if you want to give us money. Oh yeah, that's great. Because we're going to have a raffle, and our grand prize for the raffle drawing is $500 cash, right? So somebody walks out of there with $500 cash. So if you'd like to contribute some cash, then that helps us offset the cost of that for sure. So cash is great. Do we need baskets? Do you want to put a bunch of cash in a basket? Absolutely. That works. That works.
How many tables do we have total? How many tables do we have total?
Help, Debbie, how many tables do we have? 52. It's like over 400 people. It's a bunch of people.
Would it be conceivable if we had a basket for each table?
I'm sorry, you want to donate a basket for each table?
No, I'm just wondering if it would be conceivable if we had a basket for each table, 52 baskets, for those who want to donate.
Filled with cash.
Let's talk about it. So the crab feed committee is meeting tonight at 5:30. Is that right, Debbie? Thanks. At Travel Bug. And yeah, if we're open to creative ideas to help out, so maybe trying to figure out the logistics of that, what that would look like. I don't know that the Interact Kids, is she coming next week? So a big part of this fundraiser is supporting our local Interact Club. And they've got an international project that they're working on, and they work for tips. Okay, so they're going to be trying to do a great job of servicing the tables and stuff. And Jacelyn's actually teaching teenagers how to do this. Yeah, so we'll coach you up. Hopefully you get great service at this event, and if you do, if you could acknowledge that and leave some tips for the Interact Kids, that'd be great, much appreciated. And they're going to talk a little bit about the project that they're working for, what they're going to do with their money next week, I guess. Yeah, so you have some idea what's going on there. So I want to thank everybody that's helped out on this. I know you see my face up here all the time. I am not doing this by myself. There's a bunch of people working on this to make this happen. No way this happens without all of them. I want to acknowledge that and look forward to seeing you all next Friday. Thanks.
All right, so iHouse, it's going to be April 9th through 10th. That's something that we do. We have a bunch of international students and we host them and who's been involved with that in the past? Quite a few people. Who's in charge of it? Ron? Is Ron here?
I am.
You want to say something about it? Yeah, right. You're blending into that. You're so tall, you're blending right into that pole.
You're doing so well, I hated to interrupt. But it has been delayed. It's been delayed until April 9th and 10th this year. But it is going to happen, and I will start getting information out probably in the next week or so, sign-up sheets and such things, and bring them to the meeting so you can sign up. If you know right now that you'd like to host a student and would like to participate, just send me an email or give me a call, and I'll put you on the list right away. Otherwise, I'm going to send out information to the people who have done it before. It's pretty much a given that if you've done it before, you'd love to do it again. So, anyway, great experience. Information will be coming out soon.
All right, thank you, Ron. Okay, we have another upcoming event is Youth and Government Day, and that's a day where we get students that shadow people, the police, city people, and they get to see what it's like a day in the life of these jobs. And they're young adults that are normally interested in that field. So that's coming up. Senior Work Day is going to be on April 23rd. They're going to, I guess, adopt some senior families or their homes and go help clean it up and do the chores around. It's kind of fun. We do that every year, so be looking for that one and sign up and help out. All right, so we have the bandstand. We have somebody from the bandstand committee here. Have a little something with it, I think. Can you come on down?
Yeah, remember that bandstand we did a long time ago? Yeah. We're still working on it, and this week, Bill Barnett, our favorite concrete guy, poured all the mow strips for that corner of the park. And we had a little bit of luck because there's a company called TerraCare that has a $2.5 million contract with the city of Livermore, and their contract comes due for renegotiation. So they volunteered to put the sprinkler system in for us. So the only things we have left to do is some painting, some that JR has to do and some that we can do with rollers and brushes. And then sod and planting I think we'll probably take on because that's a brainless kind of activity. But so
Green side up.
April 14th obviously is a drop dead date. Kathy's been working really hard, Kathy Coyle, on getting these brass plaques. She's got about 100 brass plaques to get made. And they're going to start casting those very soon, and I think we're on schedule to have a big party on April 14th.
Thank you. All right, some more upcoming events. We have the third and fourth quarter mini grants coming, the outstanding teachers and educators. We have the district conference that's coming up. Someone want to talk about that? Right here.
Okay, how many of you have been to a district conference? Fabulous. How many of you have never been to a district conference? Let's see those hands. Ron Koopman and Jay Davis have never been to a conference? My jaw is dropping. Okay.
Should I take his picture for that?
Yes, definitely. The thing is, I've been in Rotary for over 25 years, and I can't count the number of conferences I've been to, both district and international. And it has always made me feel so proud of Rotary and so happy to be there. Now, we are so lucky this time because it's going to be right over in San Ramon. Nobody has to pay for staying overnight or getting, a long drive or anything else. A lot of the events are free, but the speakers are worth going to the events where they speak, which are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, the Friday night, April 29th, put it on your calendars, everybody. I want to see your pens coming out. April 29th, 30th, and May 1st. The speakers are fabulous, but a lot of the stuff is free. A lot of the sessions are free. So before long, because JR asked me to, I'm going to start keeping track of everybody who plans on going and when they want to go. And I think that we should be very close to 100% with this club. We're so close, and this is such an outstanding club in our area, and we sure as heck wouldn't want another club to beat us. So put it on your calendar, gang, and we have a goal here at JR to get Jay Davis and Ron Koopman there.
All right, thank you, Kathy.
All by himself.
Okay, and this spring we will be hosting some Russian visitors, and there'll be more information on that upcoming. We do have the rodeo parade, which is a big event for us that's coming up, and that's in the second weekend of June. That's a fun event, and we get so much participation from our club to help out with that. So we're looking forward to getting all that participation again. Then there's the demotion party. That's the most important event we'll be having. Put that on your calendars when it's coming up. Make sure you attend. And it should be a lot of fun for me. I hope a lot of fun for you. Okay, so I have some acknowledgments. I'm going to call some people up here. Is Lance here? Yeah, Lance is up here. Come on up, Lance. And then bring with you Ed. Bring with you Randy. And John. Now, I was hoping that I won that huge lottery because if I would have, I would have sent these gentlemen to Hawaii or something like that for all the work that they do. I can't do that, so you'll have to settle for some acknowledgement. I'm presenting my presidential citation to these gentlemen for club service. And we can't do this without them. And there are a lot of other people here that do a lot of work, and I'm going to be acknowledging them too. And hopefully we get more participation in certain areas. I know we'll talk about that in just a second. But Lance?
Oh, thank you very much, Jay.
there are some other people that I want to acknowledge, and I'm doing this right now because I wouldn't have got to this point halfway through my term without a lot of help from these people. I know I'm missing some people, but I'm not done with acknowledgements. I'm going to do them again at the end of my term. But Irv, come on up, buddy. It's all right. Thank you very much for all you do.
Thank you.
Is John Gordon here? Come on up, buddy. I don't know if people realize how much he does for this club, and he's kind of like always in the back. You never really hear his name come up. I'm sure he hears the phone calls coming in when we're all wanting something, but he's always there to help, and I've never heard him say no. So thank you for all you do. There's somebody here that's kind of like a right-hand man for me, where we talk weekly, and I can't say enough. I know I've said a lot about him before, but I just want to give him a formal thank you. That's Al. There's someone else here that's been here for a long time, and he's helped every single year. He's always ready to play music with his guitar, Michael.
I feel like I graduated.
Then there's another gentleman. He's kind of like my go-to guy when I have questions. He attends all of our meetings at the board meetings. When I asked him to, he's not a board member, Phil Dean. If you know anything about Rotary, Phil Dean's the man. He'll set you straight. Thank you for all your help. Okay, so I have a few more. All right, here's someone else that is kind of like an unsung hero for me. He does a lot, and he helps with every meeting, whether he's here or not. He makes sure that things happen. Nine. Get it? Couple more. Someone that really stepped up and has helped a lot in a bunch of different avenues here. Pat McMiniman, are you here? So I almost feel like I owe this person some shoes. She runs around a lot with a microphone. She's always making sure there's somebody here to take care of that. Sonia.
Actually, I think you owe her roller skates.
Roller skates. Thank you. Oops, thank you. place. So, again, like I said, there's going to be more upcoming. There's another person that's been involved with just about every event somehow. Never says no, wants to say no. I see it in her eyes. Sheila. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait.
Thank you.
So I have one also for someone who can't be here or wasn't here today. He's been having some, I guess, things going on with his mom. He's been taking care of his mom a lot, but he still is, wherever he's at, he's always emailing, taking care of things, and that's Bob Cowan. So there's one more that I want to give, and he's instrumental in the mini grants, and that's Jim Hannon. I guess he's not here. I'll make sure they get these. I'm sure there's more people that are deserving, and hopefully I can get to those by the end of my term. But I just wanted to do something to acknowledge these people and let them know how much I appreciate them. So with that, there is one other thing I want to bring up before we go, is that we do have our international grants that some very important people have been working on. And I mean, for us to get 3 grants the way that we have, and we're working on the last one to get it paid, but we had a grant that went to South America for the rebuilding of a kitchen, and that was a few years back. Is anybody here that can talk about that? Or, I think he left already, but that was an awesome project. And then we had one with the composting toilets, and Pat was instrumental in working on that one too. And that one's been handled, right, and done. And
No, this one's coming up.
Coming up, okay. And then we have one recently that is for it's a clean water project, also in Nicaragua. And through the generous donations from this club to the International Foundation, what happens, whatever we give this year will be available back to us. A percentage of that comes back to us in 3 years. And if we use it in a global grant, they'll double the money, they'll match it. And fortunately for me, I think Millie had to hustle up some funds to make the $15,000, which is the minimum needed for a global grant. I got back over $15,000 to be used towards this clean water project. We didn't need any help with it, and they matched the funds, and that's what we're working on, getting that one done. Now, this was money that was raised during Phil's term. So keep those donations coming, because they do a lot for these international projects. I mean, I can't imagine not being able to get clean water, or, having a place to use a restroom, or just living in those conditions. And there are places in this world that we really make a big difference. If we make a big difference here, but out there, I've heard from people that have traveled abroad that they see Rotary plaques in a bunch of places. I mean, we pretty much touch almost every place in the world, so it's important to keep on giving to the International Foundation. And I guess with that, we have
Sandwich. Where's Sam?
Okay, I have this ticket. I just want to let you know that next week, we're going to have the interactors here, and we're going to have a speech contest, the interact auction. So it ought to be a lot of fun. And they're also going to tell us about their international project that they're working on. So don't miss it.
Where are we going to be?
We will be back at the Robert Livermore Center next week. So put that out there. And if you get an email with something different from that, correct them. We're going to be over there. No changes. That's a done deal. All right. So with that, the last three numbers: 671.
Clearly, he stole it.
Meeting adjourned.